Okay, so here today we're doing some testing with an ATEM Mini switcher, and it's going to switch a little bit of the camera switching. There we go. So yeah, so today we're going to try this mini switcher out. We're going to recording this in my shop. I've got a small project here in front of me that we're going to try and do. It's a set of snowmen. And so what we start with is we'll start with a block of wood. I'd say I'll switch this to picture in picture here and we can maybe see a little better. So there's just a block of wood. It's just a piece of 2x4. Started there, put a center on one end. Actually I made these twice as long, put them between centers and put a tenon on each end and then cut them on the bandsaw to make it easier, so they end up with pieces like this in the stock. Or in the headstock. So what we end up with is a couple of little Christmas ornaments. Just they're never the same. They're great skew practice. And yeah, and without further ado, we'll just get right with this. So my tool of preference for this is I want to use a skew, so I'm gonna switch the cameras back around here a little bit because that's what this is all about, is me practicing. So I'm going to turn the cameras back to, here's the headstock view, and we'll start turning and see what happens. So I'm just marking out with a V-groove each of the faucets on the snowman, and then now I'll turn around and do all the detail. Well, I guess that just goes to show why we always want to wear a face shield. And it can happen. I guess I got a little bit aggressive with the cutting, and I guess what I could do is bring up the tailstock for a little bit of support, and maybe that wouldn't happen again. So let's try this again. Yeah, so there we go. We got a little snowman roughed out, and with a skew, you make a pretty nice finish, even with pine. I got to clean up the top of the hat here a little bit. It's got a little bit of tear out, but we'll go ahead and clean that up. Okay, so we just need to do a little sanding. And then we'll just go and part it off. And there we have it. One little snowman ready for painting. I got my grandkids are going to be doing some painting on some of these, and yeah, that's where we're at. And so 15 or 20 more of these to do. And again, like I say, we're practicing with the ATEM Mini, so I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out. It looks like this little device here, this ATEM Mini here, has the little buttons on it, so now I can just sit here and switch with one button. I can switch to a different view, and there's a headstock view, and of course there's my GoPro back a little bit so we can get a little wider angle on things. And if we want to do picture-in-picture, it does the same thing. It holds one image, like the tailstock view is the image that's held, and this machine will allow us to switch the other images in. It has a still function, so I can put in an image like that. I can fade it to black and say, okay, that's the end of the process, or I can say I'm using that to start the show, and I could have my image up there. And then when we're ready to start going, I can just click to another camera angle and carry on with that. So yeah, this is going to be fun. One of the things that's really nice about the ATEM Pro or Mini, it's not a Pro, it's just an ATEM Mini, is that it sends a signal out as like a webcam. So we're going to use this on the next meeting. I'm going to be using this as my communications device, and we'll see how it handles, or how Zoom handles it. All of my research on it says that it should work really fine. We tested it a couple of times, and it seems to work really well, so we're going to have some fun with it. Anyway, that's about all I've got going on here, so until further ado, I'll just put my logo back up and I'll be signing off. So thanks for watching.